Ciao everyone! As you can see, I've gotten a new model for my PNG tuber. I've made this during the past week just for funsies. Anyway, in this video I will try making and perhaps even fail at it my own VTuber model. I have to admit that it was quite fun to draw and work on all this, though even challenging very often, mostly for the hair and a bit for the arms toggles that I still have to finish working on. I didn't put them in the video because that would have taken even longer for me to post this one video. And I'm already late because I skipped last week submission, sadly. And I'm really sorry for that. But anyway, let's get to the video. First of all, I've started with creating a grid on the canvas to find the middle point so that when I would apply the symmetrical ruler, it would be sitting nicely in the center. Then I removed the grid right after since it served its purpose. Then I obviously started sketching the model from the face. Using the symmetrical ruler made things way easier and quicker for this, since I had to sketch just one side minus some minor details that I have around the asymmetrical. My designs tend for a reason or another to be asymmetrical every time because that's what I like the most. I don't really work well with everything being symmetrical. My designs need that thing that is quite offset from the overall design in everything, even just one little detail. I really don't know why I started sketching with such a pink and bright color since I hate pink. You can see now I changed it to purple, which is way kinder to my eyes because I was going blind. That's also why I use a grayish purplish background in the canvas instead of the usual white, because the white blinds me. It bothers my eyes quite a lot. And this way I strain my eyes less and I like it more. I'm not a fan of white either. After being done with the overall body, I've decided to try out some mouth and eyes expression as well as some arm poses for a little addition. Not too much though, since I'd want to keep the model somewhat simple, let's say. At first, because I will be using the free trial version of Live 2D, and yet it lets me use less option, less toggles, parameters, whatever. I still don't know the whole terminology for that program. And with the sketch complete, it's time to start with the difficult part, let's say. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be, to be honest. Even though some parts gave me some troubles, mostly the pants, the crotch area, but I managed to make it work. When I remove some layers, to be honest, it's quite fun and also creepy to see, like when I remove the face and you see the mouth, skin, the nose and the eyes floating there in the void. Perhaps in the future I will try and work on a second model, maybe use it as adoptable, though it will be female, but at least I can try new ways to cut the drawing in different parts. I want to try and make it like I've seen several people doing, which is drawing the parts and then cutting them after so the coloring kinda merges, even though I think I did a good job with that. As you can imagine, this whole recording lasted hours, obviously, so to avoid the actual video that I will post on YouTube to last forever, I've decided to cut some part, like when I fix around, because I tend to, in a drawing, to jump here and there every time when I spot a mistake. And since this whole process would have taken already a lot by itself with the fixing, I had extra time. So I simplified the recording, let's say. Well, it's not a tutorial after all, so you don't need to see the specific. I don't think I'm qualified to make a tutorial on cutting models, since this is my first one. Though some parts are missing because during the making of this model, I've also encountered some problems with the recording itself with OBS or my computer. Let's say it's not really a computer problem, but it was the OBS settings that I forgot to change. Because when I record for my PNG-tuber, I tend to save it in a PNG format, which is quite heavy, because I need to keep the transparent background for using it on my videos. But when I recorded the actual video for this, and I didn't change the actual settings to the basic ones, the files became quite heavy, and I had like 500 gigabytes filled in a few footage files. And so while drawing, I don't remember which part, if it was the face, the actual head shape, or something else, but the program stopped recording, obviously, for lack of space. And yeah, I didn't realize soon enough. Also, with such settings, some recordings came out quite laggy because my computer CPU was working 100%, and I didn't notice soon enough either. It was quite a roller coaster once again for me. Sad. But at least I can say that I'm lucky, quotation marks, that I have to transcode every single recording, because OBS doesn't record in a fixed frame mode. I forgot how it's called. And so if I don't transcode it, when I speed up the actual footage, it will come out laggy. And the first time I've encountered this problem, I was quite panicking, to be honest. But I managed to fix it with Handbrake, and I can now transcode each file easily. But anyway, I digress. Having the opportunity to transcode the various files, I could delete the heavy ones, which were doubles in the end, because transcoding will make a new file. And after this, I've deleted the various files that I didn't need, that were filling the storage, and I could record without many problems again, apart from when I forgot to actually hit record, and that was on me. But anyway, enough of my recording problems. To work on this actual model, I've watched so many tutorials. I've gotten interested in vTuber models after encountering some videos, and they made it seem quite fun, and it is, at least for now. I still have to set put in my live 2D experience. And I don't know, I will let you know if I will be going into the white padded room after that. I was close to go there working on this, to be honest, with all the details that I decided to add. But, well, the more details, the more I like it. I really like how the eyes came out. They are so shiny. I really love them. Also the hair. I did this coloring randomly, as usual, as everything works is all random, and it looks quite pretty. Also the various clothing, the shading came out so good in my opinion. I really like it. I'm thinking then perhaps I could add another layer for the hair for the sides. I don't know, I need to try because for when the head will look down, let's say, you will be seeing the top part, and I don't know if I did a good job with the cutting there. I will have to try out some things. It's my first time, so I'm allowed to make mistakes, okay? The actual part to divide that I found the most trouble with was the actual hair, because I think it's the part with the most cutting overall, because the more you cut, the more flowy the movement of the hair would look like. Obviously, with longer hair is quite easier than short, as I have, because I've made my model quite hard overall, even with different colored eyes and corneas, so I will be going crazy. When I worked on the clothes, I did end up changing a few details on the jacket. Mostly the waistband and also the pockets plastic buckles, as well, to make them even more practical and have them make sense actually. Since the first time I drew them, I didn't really think much how they will connect to the pockets themselves. And also in the waistband, I made it green like the sleeve cuffs, and also I've added some cinch cords together with some cord locks. I found out that cinch cord is actually the name of these things. I don't know if in Italian they have a name or they are just called it. I don't even know how, to be honest. But anyway, I've added them on the sides of the waistband of the jacket as well, just for an extra detail. Actually, I've just checked with the translator, and cinch cord translate to security cable in some weird manner. I don't even know, or whatever. At times, translation don't make sense at all. I had quite some troubles with the model's hood at first. Mostly I didn't know how to make it sit nicely on the shoulders. But in the end, I've managed to have it work nicely. I will also add a toggle with the hood on too, because why not? I already sketched it. I've never liked the easy route anyway. I am thinking of making separated videos for the rigging, starting from the eyes, so that perhaps we could learn together. I don't know. It's just an idea, since it will be the very first time for me using Live 2D, and making everything all together in just one video, it won't work because obviously I never touched that program before. Maybe I just gave it a glance when it came out years ago, and then got scared. I don't know. I could do it separated or just all together, but cutting the various steps I take to animate the things and just jumping here and there, perhaps, I don't know. I don't really know how to make that work, but I have to give it a try. I mean, I do the things that needs to be done for the animation slowly, and perhaps if someone would want to try and follow along with me, I don't know, maybe seeing someone else struggle with it could make other people feel better. Who knows? But anyways, I will surely start rigging this starting next week. I will have first to work on a commission these days, and then I will move to rigging. And perhaps the next few videos will be just about rigging. Not sure. I will try and put some traditional art here and there. Maybe I still have to work also on that little comic. It still needs some fleshing, but I'm getting there. Anyway, I can't wait to finally start on the rigging part and see what I can do with it. I keep saving tutorials on tutorials in my favorites on YouTube and also some stuff I see on Twitter, because at times on my feeds I get some live 2D tutorials of some sort. I really love all these little tricks. Anyway, to draw the whole model, it took me about 24 hours, more or less. The actual footage that I have amounts to almost 23 hours, though I didn't record several parts because of the various problems that I've listed earlier, and also me forgetting. And it was quite a lot. Also the fixing and all that other stuff. So I'd say 24-25 hours of work total for all of this. I'm not that good at quantifying time though, so could be even 28 hours. I don't really know, but it was quite a lot anyway. Also, I have to count the fact that I'm still drawing stuff in the model, such as the hood on the head or the arms in the pockets, the wave, and all that. So I should add even more hours in the end. But I don't think I will go over 28 hours overall. In the jacket, I've taken a little shortcut, and the zipper that I'm drawing right now on video, I actually copy-pasted later on to place on the left arm as well. It's the left of the model. Yeah, oh my god, it makes such confusion on the directions. I hate it here. Another thing that I had some troubles with at first was the zipper going along the rim of the jacket for closing a jacket, because it turns, bends in the middle, and to make it work I used the mesh transformation tool on Clip Studio Paint, but I had to make several attempts to actually make it work nicely, and also I did end up drawing a little by hand some little tweaks as well. But it worked out nicely in the end, fortunately. I'm also glad that I decided to save all the details the prints of the jacket, the sweater and the pants in my folder on Clip Studio Paint so that I don't have to redraw it every time, and instead I have it saved so I can simply drag it from the folder on the drawing, tweak a little bit the proportion and maybe the direction, but it's quite time saving, mostly for a character that has so many details all over the clothes. In the future, I want also to design a female version of my model. It won't have really big boobas, let's say boobas, because I don't really like them, but I will have to give them some because I have to practice with the bounciness of them. Also, I will try another hairstyle perhaps, and I will keep the design similar, but obviously some things will have to change. I mean, I can keep the same jacket, but perhaps the pants can be tighter, and instead of the sweater I could give the female version a tank top or perhaps a crop top or something. I will see what I can do. For the pants I could make them, as I say, tighter or shorter, or maybe even a skirt with some stockings, very thick stockings. The shoes I will keep them the same. And for the hair, I don't know if I want them tied or perhaps loose hair with a cap, perhaps. It could be nicely to try and rig a cap, just to try some new things at least, to practice more. Obviously this won't happen anytime soon because I first wanna completely finish my male model, which I prefer way more. I didn't cut the pants over the knee because I'm still unsure if I want to give the legs much movement or at all. Actually, since usually in a VTuber model you see just 20% of the overall model, which is waist up or even chest up most of the times, depending on the settings. And yeah, also the pants is the part that took me less time because it has way less details compared to the actual jacket, which has everything dangling. And the shoes are pretty simple because I didn't really have to cut much, or only the heel part I separated from the front part, and the laces of the shoes as well are separated, the ribbon, but that's about it. Anyway, let me know if you want to know how I cut my overall model. I can make a small video to show you all the parts that I've made. I don't know how many they are, but I've gotten more than 150 layers, though I have to add also the sketching layers and yada yada. But I think 150 is the actual number of the layer that I will work with, and because I still have to divide the right from the left for the hands and some other details that are mirrored. So yeah, some will double. On the shoelace, I might have added way too many details because you won't be seeing them much anyway, but oh well, that was me adding details everywhere on the model. But anyway, we have reached about the end of this video. As you can see, I'm finishing the shoes and then I'm done. and it was quite fun to work on this model, and in the future I want to try more of these. Perhaps, as I said, I want to try and make an adoptable for a female character. I have something in mind, but I still have to work on it. Anyway, now that it's finished here in all its glory, I really like how it came out. I had to be honest, it's really pretty. But other than that, I thank you for sticking with me. Leave a like and subscribe if you want. It will help me a lot with the algorithm, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao!